When the pandemic was just starting up in China, I made a huge gamble. I bet that manufacturers in China would be down, that I needed to go big on buying inventory for whoever already had inventory in the US. So my glorious bounce houses, they arrived at the beginning of March. I was ecstatic, right? I had inventory, getting ready for a really busy time. Then we started getting reports in New York about all these things going on, about people getting sick and the hospitals being overrun. And now it's in the US. What do we do? Around March 19th, the city of Houston shuts down. People, weren't allowed to leave their houses. How can we expect them to think about having a party if they're not allowed to go to work? I had to make a decision, leave my employees wondering whether or not we had work this weekend, stringing them along, or letting them go. We made the hard decision to let go of 40 employees. I kept the majority of my managers, but now we don't have anyone to manage. You're no longer really a manager if you think about it. I was super disappointed. Even more so, I was afraid, but I wasn't alone. I still had my amazing network of entrepreneurs going through the same thing. I'm an EO, stands for Entrepreneurs Organization, and I talk daily and weekly. And I realized one thing pretty quick: no one was throwing in the towel. It wasn't even an option. We have employees, we have families that are on the line. So me and my managers, we wore different hats. We became cleaners, delivery staff, and some days we were salespeople. One week we were delivering COVID-19 testing tents, misting fans to first responders, and the next week we're working on tweaking our funnel. By June, we were still alive. And fortunately enough, a fire hose of demand for orders came in. The inventory that I bought finally came in handy, albeit much later than I anticipated. So the lessons learned: don't try to time the market with limited information in a rush, especially when you're operating outside your normal comfort zone. Who's comfortable in a pandemic? Most importantly, build a strong network that can become your support group. If you are building these relationships with people where you're just connecting with them on LinkedIn, you're never messaging them, don't expect them to be there for you when you need them. You have to give a lot of value to people before they trust you. You have to give even more value to the people that trust you so that they can rely on you. And in return, you can rely on them back.